Thank you, Lisa, for those kind words of introduction. David and Michelle, and to the other distinguished guests and participants, I am very pleased and delighted to be here today to open up or to be part of this national conference on volunteerism. Before I get started, I want to make a quick announcement. As some of you may know, as you heard, I was lucky enough and senior enough to be made the chairman of the Oversight and Investigation Subcommittee of the House Ways and Means Committee of the United States Congress. And in my role, I'm often called upon to meet with members of the nonprofit community. I'm always glad to hear from you and invite you to visit my office whenever you're in Washington. Through my work, I have learned and heard that people who receive AmeriCorps Education Awards after reaching out to an underserved population in our society are struggling to pay their tax bill at the end of the year. These education awards are subject to taxes that eat away this benefit. I want to tell you today that I intend to sponsor a bill that relieves AmeriCorps participants from this burden. So this award and volunteer service is treated more fairly. I'm going to urge all of my colleagues to come co-sponsor this piece of legislation. We're going to get it passed, send it to the Senate, and the Senate pass it and send it to the President's desk. We must do it. The urgency of now. Many, many years ago when I had all my hair and a few pounds lighter, at the age of 18 in 1958, I met Martin Luther King Jr. I've heard about him 3 years later. I heard his voice on old radio. And the words of Martin Luther King Jr. inspired me to find a way to get in the way. When I was growing up in rural Alabama and would visit the little town of Troy, visit Montgomery, visit Tuskegee, visit Birmingham, and I saw those signs that said white men, white women, colored women, I would come home and ask my mother, ask my father, ask my grandparents, my great-grandparents, why segregation, why racial discrimination? And they would say, that's the way it is. Don't get in the way, don't get in trouble. But I was inspired to get in the way. I was inspired to get in trouble. I got in trouble. It was good trouble. It was necessary trouble. I want to thank each and every one of you as volunteers and serving this nation, helping those that have been left out and been left behind for getting in trouble. The urgency of now. The urgency of now. I was there at the March on Washington when Martin Luther King Jr. spoke. Dr. King spoke number 10. I spoke number 6. And I said in my little speech, you tell us to wait. You tell us to be patient. We cannot wait. We cannot be patient. We want our freedom, and we want it now. The urgency of now. The people that are suffering, the people that are hurting, things that we can do to make our country, make our society, make our world a better place. We must do it and do it here now. We cannot wait for someone else to do it. We have to do it, and we must do it. Just think a few short years ago, during the 60s, we didn't have a website. We never heard of the internet. We didn't have an iPod. We didn't even have a fax machine. And we sure didn't have a cell telephone. But we used what we had to bring about a nonviolent revolution, a revolution of values, a revolution of ideas. You too must continue to push and pull and create what I like to call the beloved community, a community at peace with itself, that is all-inclusive, that recognizes the dignity and the worth of every individual. Just think, a few short years ago, here in this region, it was almost impossible for people of color to be able to register to vote. And my old organization, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, recruited more than 1,000 volunteers, primary students, but lawyers, doctors, and teachers. And the summer night of June 21st, 1964, 3 young men that I knew, Andy Goodman, Mickey Schreiner, James Shaney, went out to investigate the burning of an African-American church. These 3 young men were arrested, taken to jail, later taken from jail by the sheriff and his deputy, turned over to the Klans where they were beaten, shot, and killed. These 3 young men didn't die in Vietnam. They didn't die in the Middle East. They didn't die in Eastern Europe. They didn't die in Africa. They didn't die in Central or South America. They died right here in our own country. Volunteers today, hopefully, will not be beaten, will not be jailed, will not be killed. But you must get in the way. You must do your part and encourage others. Thank you for all that you do. I'm going to tell one little story, and I'll be finished. When I was growing up outside of Troy, Alabama, 50 miles from Montgomery, I had an aunt by the name of Seneva. And my Aunt Seneva lived in what we call a shotgun house. I know as people and individuals and volunteers from all across America, you never seen a shotgun house. Well, I know what I'm talking about because I was born in a shotgun house in rural Alabama. My Aunt Seneva didn't have a green manicured lawn, had a simple, plain dirt yard. And sometime at night, you could look up through the holes in the ceiling, through the tin roof, and count the stars. When it would rain, she would get a pail, a bucket, or a tub, and catch the rainwater. And from time to time, she'd walk out into the woods and take branches from a dogwood tree and tie these branches together and make a broom. And she called that broom the breast broom. And she would sweep this dirt yard very clean, sometimes 2 and 3 times a week, but especially on a Friday or Saturday, because she wanted it to look very good during the weekend. For those of you who may not know what a shotgun house is, in the nonviolent sense, it's an old house, one way in, one way out with a tin roof, where you can bounce a basketball through the front door and it will go straight out the back door. My Aunt Seneva lived in a shotgun house. But one Saturday afternoon, a group of my brothers and sisters and a few of my fresh cousins were out playing in my Aunt Seneva dirt yard, and an unbelievable storm came up. The wind started blowing, the thunder started rolling, the lightning started flashing, and the rain started beating on the tin roof of this old shotgun house. My aunt became terrified. She started crying. She thought this old house was going to blow away. So she got all of us little children together and told us to hold hands, and we did as we were told. The wind continued to blow, the thunder continued to roll, the lightning continued to flash, and we cried and we cried. And from one corner of this old house appeared to be lifting from its foundation. My aunt had us to walk to that corner to try to hold the house down with our little bodies. When the other corner appeared to be lifted, had us to walk to that side to try to hold the house down with our little bodies. We were little children walking with the wind, but we never left the house. I said to you that are doing so much to build and not to tear down, to reconcile and not to divide, to create the beloved community, you must stay with the house. You must stay with the house and not give up. Just maybe our foremothers and our forefathers all came to this great land in different ships. We're all in the same boat now. It doesn't matter whether we are black or white or Hispanic or Asian American or Native American. We are one people, we are one family, we are one house. So continue to walk with the wind and let the spirit of volunteerism be your guide. Stay with the house. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't get lost in a sea of despair. Keep the faith. Thank you very much.